Hello, Standard 7. We started with the chapter that is medieval Europe, and in that chapter, we completed the Crusade, we completed Renaissance. Okay, now in today's class, we are going to start with medieval period in India. Okay, medieval period in India. Now, in around 700 AD, medieval period started in India after the death of King Harsha. Harsha, his full name was Harshvardhan, and this medieval period started in India 700 AD. Okay, after whose death? Death of King Harsha. That means Harshvardhan, he was the last powerful ancient Indian ruler. Of okay, so here, India remained free from foreign invasion for over 4 centuries of the medieval period, and this gave free from the foreign invasion means when the Muslim rulers started ruling over India, India was free from the foreign invaders. Okay, and this gave the Indians a sense of security to the kingdom in the northern part of India, not the southern part of India, in the northern part of India. Okay, these kingdoms fought constant battle with each other, and then you see in the South India, we had the Rashtrakutas and Cholas. They were the main dynasties which flourished in the southern India in this time period. The next which you have to remember, it's about two major events which took place at this time in India, which shook the complacency of Indian rulers, the Muslim conquest of India and the arrival of British in India. These were the two major events. Okay, one was the Muslim conquest of India. We had the Muslim rulers ruling over the Delhi Sultanate, the five dynasties who ruled. Then we had the Mughals who ruled, and after Mughals, we had the arrival of the British. Okay, so in Indian history, the period from 11th century to 18th century AD is identifies with a series of foreign invasion. Okay. And Mahmud Ghazni he raided India several times. 17 times he attacked on India. And he attacked on India 17 times to loot the wealth. Okay, from when to when? 1001 AD to 1025 AD. Now, however, it was Muhammad Ghori who established first Turkish dynasty in India after winning a crucial victory in the Second Battle of Tarain in 1192 AD. So, who established the Turkish dynasty in India? Muhammad Ghori. After which battle? Battle of Tarain. So, this Battle of Tarain was between Muhammad Ghori and Prithviraj Chauhan, okay, the Rajput ruler, where he was defeated. Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated, and Muhammad Ghori he established the first Turkish dynasty in India. Okay, and after that, India was ruled by a succession of Islamic dynasties. Okay, in the late medieval period, the Mamluks, the Khaljis, the Tughlaqs, Lodhis, okay, and the Mughals. They were the main Islamic dynasties which ruled over India in this time period. And the same time, you see, art and architecture flourished in this time period with the creation of many beautiful monuments like Taj Mahal was built, Sun Temple at Konark was built, etc. And this also show the rise of Sikh and Maratha. At the same time, we see the Sikh and Marathas also rise during this medieval period. Okay, so it was in the 15th century AD that European first came to India. European, we had the Portuguese, we had the English, we had the Dutch, we had the French. They came to India and they established their colonies and trading companies in the forthcoming period in India. Now, in the 18th century AD, political situation in India once again became uncertain. As the Mughal Empire disintegrated, the country was divided into many small and big states. Medieval period came to an end in India with the decline of Mughal rule. Okay. The next we have sources of Indian medieval history. We have books and the other written account, inscriptions, coins, and monuments as a source of information regarding this time period. So, lot of books are there like Raja Tarangani, Vikrama Deva Charitra, Prithviraj Raso, okay, Vikramadev Charitra. So, like this, you have so many books. But here, the most important which you have to remember, it's about it's about Al Baruni. Okay, Al Baruni, he was a Persian traveler who visited India during the rule of Mahmud of Ghazni in 1017 AD. Tahqiq-i-Hind. It was his major work which contains a lot of information about India in the medieval period. Ibn Battuta, he was a Moroccan traveler and he also wrote about Muhammad bin Tughlaq reign in 14th century AD. These are the sources of Indian medieval history. Then we had Marco Polo. He was a trader from Italy and he became a diplomat in the court of Chinese Emperor Kublai Khan. And the most important you see Babar Nama and Akbar Nama. They were the two important biographies of Mughal emperors Babur and Akbar. So they were the sources. They were the sources which you have to remember. Now the next is inscriptions and coins. Indian temples of late medieval period have inscribed copper plates which reveals to us genealogies on line or lines of descendant of kings and also people who granted land to the temples. Temple at Aihole and Pattadakal contains inscriptions belonging to Chalukyan period. Okay, the next which you have, it's about monument. Numerous temples, mosques, and monuments were built in medieval period in India, and remains of these buildings, some of which are in ruins and some intact, provide us valuable information about the lives of rulers and common people of that time. So nothing much in inscriptions, coins, and monuments. You have to remember these topics which is explained in the class. The next class, we will start with Advent of Christianity, Jesus Christ. Thank you very much.